Welcome you guys, this is Inside Paper Cuts TV interview. So, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm pretty much just going to be giving you guys a rundown of the animated series itself, and then also 2 projects that I've been adding underneath the label of Paper Cuts TV, not necessarily paper cut out projects, but they are film concepts that I'm very passionate about as well. So first things first, we're gonna get started on the history of the animated series. So originally back in about 2011, I was drawing a concept, and the goal was to get it on a local comic strip. So I tried a few things, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of sketches here, a little bit of sketches there, and I initially came up with an idea called Storage Room. Now, Storage Room was something that I thought would be a classic, you know, regular, average, readable comic strip on a daily paper, if not a weekly paper. Unfortunately, before I really got invested in that, I already decided to do something else. So what I did was I wanted a cutout concept, something that was a little more lively, something that was a little bit more realistic. So I went ahead, I got some graph paper, cut out a little bit of cardboard, traced the concept over the cardboard, and then I went ahead and cut it out. I went ahead and did hand puppets. I thought, you know, this is different. I hadn't seen anything like it before, so let's try it. So I tried it for a few things. Is he doing that weird thing in the camera, like going back and forth, or whatever? I tried a few concepts and I liked it, but I just didn't think it was enough. So about 2012, I went ahead and vaulted the whole thing. I decided to instantly jump to 2-dimensional animation. That went well. Long story short, I bought a software. I tried to learn how to use it. It had a lot of things to do with bone rigging and digital sketches on the computer, and I just didn't think it was authentic enough. I didn't think it was authentic. I also thought it was a little bit too difficult for what I wanted to do, and it wasn't any different than anything I was seeing on online or on television already. So I went ahead and returned the software, got my money back, and I started looking at more concepts online, and then it dawned on me, I'm like, why not do cutout animation? So you know, obviously I studied a little bit of South Park. They were like the only guys really doing it. I think they are the only guys doing it still. I mean, but even now South Park, they use computers, so even they stopped doing the handcrafted just because it's that difficult to do. I created a new way of cutout animation, which I like to call my own. The first thing I did was I started sketching out the characters. I went ahead and measured the different head shapes as far as what I thought would work and what I thought wouldn't work. Went ahead and cut out those, and I started doing some basic animations, just like head movements, talking. I did a few concepts where they were interacting with each other, and I started really digging what I was seeing on camera. It was really natural, really raw, really gritty, really authentic, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna make the entire concept. I'm gonna create these guys, give them full bodies, and see what it would be like to get them on screen. That process was not necessarily easy. But anyway, there were a few long nights of just designing these characters and trying to get them to just fit the mold that I wanted them to fit. And as soon as I started coming out with full concepts, I was like, you know what? I think I have a show. So originally, I just had the main character himself. A lot of people don't know, but the original Carol episode, it actually was finished in 2012.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
You guys will probably get a little bit of a sneak peek to that. Unfortunately, after I had finished the concept, different things started happening. I forgot if I moved. I forgot what happened exactly. I think I moved and was unable to continue. But I know I vaulted the concept. Though I liked it, and I thought it was good enough for television. Now, the next thing I went ahead and did was, I went ahead in about 2013. I'd say is when the initial concept started coming together. I had the main characters. I had a couple of scripts done. I had a couple of concepts and ideas that I really thought would be cool, unique, and original. And went ahead and did a trailer. I used the track from the Wonder Years show back in the day. I thought it was perfect at the time, and I went ahead and put that online. Got some pretty good feedback. A lot of people seemed to have been excited. Nobody knew what I was up to. I'd been doing so many other things prior. Put that online, and then it was on to creating the first episode. The first episode was The Burger, aired in 2013. It was the very first animated short I had ever done. It was about 8+ minutes. Really fun though. It took me quite a while to do it. The next episode was episode 2, which was the Carol. Now the Carol was generally a remodification of the original pilot episode that I think you guys may have seen a second ago. But I went ahead and added the other 2 additional characters and tried to make the animation a little better, so forth, so forth. The real reason I changed that concept was because I had no idea what the second episode was supposed to be, so I just took the old concept and made it a little better. Episode 3 was the staring contest. Not sure if anyone has seen that. The original staring contest, if you've seen the original staring contest online, it's over 11 minutes long. It's the longest short film of anything I've ever done, especially animated. I consolidated it later on to about 3.5 minutes. You cannot find the 11-minute version online. I do believe I still have it on my computer. I do have it on my computer, but unfortunately, probably nobody's probably going to be seeing that anytime soon. The next episode was The Bots, episode 4. I really liked it. I actually won an award for this particular short. It was definitely my favorite at the time. I thought it was really cool, and I love the concept of robots, but I don't necessarily like robots. I liked having the animation concept distributed through the animated series and just create this crazy world that the main character gets involved in, and obviously there's some conflict. The award I won was an online digital film festival. I won Best Animation, which I could see that. I thought there was some pretty cool stuff in there, for me to be an amateur and all. And they actually offered me a distribution deal, which I later turned down because I felt like they were asking for too much. Bad idea. It was a bad idea at the time, but I didn't let that stop me. I went ahead and did episode 4.5, which was Dave's World, the Snowman. Also thought that one was really cool. I enjoyed it. There were a couple concepts that I didn't really care for too much, but I liked the overall concept. I liked the new elements that I had added. Last but not least was the game show. The game show was episode 5, the very last pilot episode that I had done, and after that, I went ahead and took another break. I actually moved again, and I had some technical difficulties here and there, and I went ahead and just threw the pilots on local television. I said, why not? So it was a great learning experience. It was really cool submitting my content month after month, and then actually getting a cable spot, and then they email you the cable times. They let you know what time you're airing, and then they play it online, and then they also play it on TV. So it was the first time I'd ever had anything that I've done on TV. Their specific station, that was the first time the station I was going to, Access Sacramento, at the time, that was the first cartoon they had ever had on their station. So Paper Cuts TV was the first animated cartoon concept on their station, just in case anyone tries to say it wasn't. They ranked number 16 in the state, so it wasn't a bad look. I went ahead and just went and studied everything I saw on the big screen. That was the main purpose, was to look at the pilots and see the flaws and then perfect them. So 2017, about fall, I went ahead and stopped submitting. I think I actually got into a relationship at the time, so I think my girlfriend was a little bit distracting. But anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. But the next year I went ahead and started elevating the concept. I went ahead and added all those changes that I thought would be cool to see. And believe it or not, I finished 3 episodes for season 1 in 2018.
Unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of bullshit.
Now, many of you may be a little confused as to what Paper Cut TV actually is. Season 1 will be airing hopefully this year, but I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be online. Paper Cuts TV is an original show, handcrafted all by myself. I do all the work, from the editing, the character design, to the cinematography, to the animation. I also do all the screenwriting. You're living in the Matrix, Neo. I'm not living in the Matrix. Do you want the red pill or the blue pill? I don't take medication, Morpheus. One thing that I think people need to understand is that Paper Cuts TV is an original animated series itself, but there are also what we like to call spin-off shorts also involved with the same concept. So there's the original Paper Cuts TV, but then there's also the world of Paper Cuts TV where other things are taking place in other different areas. Odd Objects, Box Boy, Brain Dead, and then 2 new concepts I just came up with, Refrigerator and Bugs and Insects. You will be seeing pilots for these things, I believe, hopefully in the future. It's not a guarantee, but I would like to submit some pilots just so people can get a little bit of a taste of what's going on. Also, too, if you guys have been paying attention, the Wonder House Powerhouse trailer distributed a bunch of different ideas that are going under the same roof of Paper Cuts and Wonder House Entertainment. White Shells is the first I would like to speak on. It is the first live action short. Really stoked about that. I have a team of great people: Glenn Spillman, Quentin Harris, Matthew Gilliam, Ankasha Bhargava, Oshan Head, Farrell Harrington, Josh Golden. We're working on this White Shells live action short. So far it's really cool. There will be a limited edition book that's going to be accompanying this concept that you will be able to order and purchase on my website, and it should be premiering this fall, but I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be online. Don't get mad. The next concept is Trick League. I'm sure you guys have seen that. It's a street ball concept that has never realistically existed before, and I feel like it's really going to elevate the sport. That'll be coming to you guys. Also to the short series of Master My Move, which is also an unique Trick League featuring yours truly, God's creation. Like we care. Big deal. Featuring Duke Tango, by the way. Oh man. Oh baby. What an honor. The next concept is Cyber Split. Many of you may have seen that, many of you may have not, but it is the first graphic novel I've ever done. Like, really difficult. I've been working on it since about 2009. I didn't decide to make it a graphic novel until about 2016. The past 5 years I've been trying to work on this new style, new format of a graphic novel that I can go in and purchase and be like, I've never seen anything like this before. But that will be released next year, 2022, the very first book. I'm going to try to have book 0 and book 1 available hopefully next year, but it's no guarantee. Some of you have noticed I've been cooking lately. Who knew? I didn't really always have the edge to cook. I was really terrible growing up. I knew how to make maybe like 5 things. I didn't really start cooking heavily until about summer 2019. I love seafood, and I decided to start doing my own recipes, incorporating really healthy ingredients. I just published my first cookbook, Wonderful Recipes, which will also be dropping underneath Wonderhouse Entertainment. That will be available soon. It's just got a bunch of different, Mediterranean diet-based recipes that are pretty healthy, healthier than your average fast food, healthier than probably what most people eat on a regular basis. I study a lot of neuroscience, and I study a lot of dietary facts according to nutritionists that seem to know a few things about preventing disease and boosting your immune system, adding energy to you, keeping you lean and fit, stuff like that. So and things like that will be incorporated in this cookbook, so you're not just getting delicious recipes, but you're actually getting recipes that are really going to help maintain your youth, your energy, your weight, and your budget. I mean, good deal. The last concept that I want to talk about, some of you may have seen it, some of you may not, but I finally decided to release a solo album.
Now my lord, I can see you. I will soar like an eagle. Now that I shedded all this evil that the people convinced my mind I was lethal. It was a lie, only see through. Every single pattern of rap, in fact, and actual tactics react to the chemical satisfaction of mind control and matter for practice. Now that which no weapon formed against me shall even hack this. No need for signs for the blind. My mind is theatrics, aligned with the past tense. Each and every spot on point like a cactus.
It might be solo. I may have maybe 1 or 2 features, maybe more. It is called the Genius album. If you guys haven't checked out the first acapella track, it's called Brainwaves. Believe it or not, it's a true story. Nothing I said in that verse was fake. Every single word was 100% true. So I just wanted to lay it out there, and then also to show that people that I can really rap. I don't think I'm that bad actually. But that will also be released next year in 2022. So what do we have? We have Paper Cuts TV, Trick League, White Shell, Cyber Split, Genius album. I also addressed the cookbook Wonderful Recipes as well. This was just a brief interview giving you guys an update, giving you guys an inside look at how the concept started and as to how far the concept has come along. You gotta think, 2011 was the original idea. It didn't turn into cutout animation and made official until about 2013, when it actually was first put out there to the world. I mean, that's realistically 8-10 years of just grinding on something that I'm really passionate about, that I really believe in, and something that I think is eventually going to sustain myself as an artist, as a producer, as an entertainer, and also to something to give back to the world that I think is organic, is natural, is rich, is funny, is fun. Kind of gives your mind a breath away from the typical special effects and all the phony, fraudulent stuff we usually see on TV. It kind of gives you a really authentic way of looking at cinema. And that's what I want to do at Wonderhouse Entertainment. That's what I want to do with my craft. Just keep things really, really raw, gritty, and but at the same time, really good quality, and giving you great stories, and just taking you on adventures. Taking you on adventures and putting you in worlds that you couldn't come up with on your own. And hopefully that's dream and create and enjoy life, right? That's all the purpose. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thanks everyone for listening. If anyone has any further questions, you can DM me, contact me on any one of my social media platforms. As I said before, Paper Cuts TV Season 1 coming soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry if I talk too much. Signing out. Neo, what makes you think you're not in the making? It's you, Mr. Anderson. It's you. You make me, Mr. Anderson. You make me. If you allow me to fuse with your body, Mr. Anderson, we will be one. Neo. I'll never join you.